Ja.
Du har det. Din djævle har virkelig lavet et nummer på dig. Forhold dig i ro.
De kommer! Hjælp os! Skyd den med tønden! Gør forsvaret klar!
Bedste Spanish.
Hjælp!
Noget Spanish.
Hjælp mig!
Ja.
Hjælp os!
Ja, okay.
De kommer! Hjælp os! De kommer! Hjælp os!
God, they just said a bluff. Never mind. No one could do a bluff. GG's to these guys now. So they were spell.
Tag til side!
P-O-W-D. Not P-O-U-D.
Hjælp mig!
Lader med drueskud!
Ryk ud! Fremad! Come back!
Zombies on my list.
Come back!
It's just freeze me. What did you do that for? Game on YouTube is a video game. Okay. Honestly, I don't encourage anyone to actually do that. Oh, well. Go and shot me out.
Ryk, ryk, ryk!
Oh, a power close compels you, demon. Look at you, dude. The one thing that the zombies are afraid of: religion.
Tag til side!
Hey,
Træk jer tilbage!
Okay. Well, here. Okay. Where's zombie? Okay.
Ryk, ryk, ryk! Ryk, ryk, ryk! Ryk, ryk, ryk!
priest is dead. Yeah, let's go back to Copenhagen. What of his fortress is just ridiculous. Yeah.
Ryk, ryk, ryk!
Let's try and get restored. I want to shoot the zombies.
Jeg bløder ud! Skyd den med tønden!
Du er såret, din djævle har virkelig lavet nummer på dig. Forhold dig i ro.
I giver ikke slip!
That then, guys. Like, you guys are stupid. Seriously. This is an absolute joke. Seriously. We're dead. Everyone is dead. That's brilliant. That was actual stupidity. Yeah, let's do Carl actually. Yeah. Now that was an absolute throw and a half. I don't know what you guys were trying to do there. Oh, the tower, this thing is quite nice. The thing is though, we can't all die in the first 30 seconds. Hey, top floor spawn. Yeah, let's keep moving. Short aim, bubble. Boys, we get everything first time around. Make sure you break the doors so that we have easier maneuverability. Unless you miss something in here anyway. Actually, you miss multiple things. Wait, oh my god. Right, okay. That's great. You guys have got to check behind. My face going off by one, so like, you guys absolutely did not check behind, which is what you should be doing on this map. Great, now you guys check behind. That's brilliant. Yeah, I'm jumping servers. No, that one sucks. Yeah, here. 21 out of 20. Wonder how that's possible. Okay, good. Roscoff. It's been a while since I've done Roscoff. I don't think there's a respawn point for it though. Alright, what's going on here then? Yeah, good defenses. Nice job, my friends, on the triple layer up here. I should quad that up. Gee, I'm going all out. Come on, brother. I'm up.
Save yourself! Prepare!
I feel like we should actually like listen to reports. It's like it did like give us like a free kill. I don't know you used before.
All is lost! Save yourself!
Wait! You can't leave us here! Bloody untie us!
You were pointing your bayonets at
Why was it me that said that bit?
Listen, you need us. You need us!
Go,
There's a
go.
fleet posted outside the harbour. Guessing he got
Go,
in
go,
under
go.
the cover of fog.
FBI raid.
Well, listen.
Go, go.
If that fog lifts, or just
Get down.
regardless,
Get down the
your
door.
luck will run
Down
out.
the hatch.
Don't let him
They'll
get
sack
you!
your shit.
You, yeah?
You'll be thrown on a quarantine.
Go that way. Go that way.
Listen, with us, you have a
You don't
bond.
even know.
Us,
Make us
your
both
safe
be
passage.
data.
What's stopping you from giving us up?
Quite a lot of things. I think it's your team. They also. It's just what you should be.
docks are crawling with them. Free America! Liberty or death!
Well, we
Marine, what are you doing here?
Agreeing with the USS Constitution. We have explicit orders to extract you. Losing a lot of blood.
Oh, I see they got my letter. Such a sad sight. Shattered authentication. It's a fake. Here, look at the cross-section.
Unheard! We got a frigate awaiting your arrival. Now
I
move!
thought you did. I thought you were one of them. Now stop being a baby and get me out of here. That's cursed. I think you can see with your own two eyes. They got him.
Every man for himself!
reach.
Stick
Go,
with
go, go.
us.
Go.
Where is it?
Stop!
Tell me you didn't
That's
die.
real good.
Please, you didn't. Again, execute. That ship would be better off floating in Trafalgar.
Well, how on earth is this
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
occur to us that ant-eating vampires were swarming the streets?
You do know where you're headed, right?
Yep, we do.
Advance! Find a way through.
Coming from one of the longest sections of this entire map.
Reverend, what shall I do?
Yeah, we're protecting the president.
Help me!
Take this first.
Retreat! Prepare! Something to get the passage.
Let me exercise
Forward, come with us. Let's walk it. Where's
I must perform a blessing. Come, brother. I must perform a blessing.
You don't even speak. Boys. Keeping up. Or behind. Let's keep going.
Barred for a reason. Get barred from it.
Des cannibales, comme!
Monsieur,
Help
vous êtes
us!
blessé.
Help me!
Laissez-moi vous soigner. Ne bougez pas. Ça risque
Hey,
de
cheers,
prendre un
mate.
moment.
Vite, Bulma!
Prenez soin de vous, soldats.
I will.
The dead won't tread on me! Liberty or death! All is lost! Save yourself!
Monsieur, vous êtes blessé. Laissez-moi vous soigner.
Cast off!
Restez tranquille. Ceci apaisera la douleur.
All on the sheets!
Got
Soyez
you.
prudents.
Forward march!
Where's the anchor for the thing?
We need a barricade! You ever pushed the capstan before? Move!
You bloody capstans!
yourselves! Prepare!
Push.
We need reinforcements!
We need two boys to just filling the
Get away!
easy spots.
Don't let them get you! Make headway! yards to starboard! Other guy! Mark him! Still being pushed to stern! All that! Thanks,
That's just not complete. No, zombies.
There!
Oh, that's a ship.
I need a doctor! We need a paramedic! Help us! Vampire!
Maybe it's really needed. Fight with your comrades. I'm ready to bounce.
Make that
I'm gonna go rename the live stream again. Yeah. Oh, yeah, already. Yeah, there's like no actual good like F1 games for only like one specific track. There's good ones for like multiple, but none for just one. What was it doing? Oh yeah. Hey, supercar. So you know which one I'm gonna do? This one. Okay. side flips. Right, hear me out. Hear me out. Does this count? Okay, it does not. Not yet. Technically would have. I think what I am going to do is the wrong way. Has to be the wrong way. Yeah, let's do that. The wrong way. One way time. Right, we are going to do this in my private server because in a public server there is too many different self-destructs. That's it. So yeah. Just gotta sit back and wait, boys. There we go. We'll do that a little bit. Race tour. Okay, it has to be a multiplayer one. Okay, that's just a derby things. Power up master. Okay, that's also derby things. Stunt jumps. U mountain with an SUV. Right. Vehicle type SUV. What's the fastest one here? Right, that's 131. 139. Actually, see acceleration. Okay, that's best overall. See, I haven't done this one at all yet. But I should. Yep. We'll see those ones. Where's jump is over here. was that one? Oh. I thought it was the one-way one. Oh, what one? The volcano. You didn't say anything? Dude, nothing. Yeah, I need like so much acceleration to do that. God damn. Actually, yeah. We'll see about this. 1, 2. Yeah, this is overall probably the best one. Yes. Yeah, I have racing brakes on it, which you know I could have air brakes, but I don't have scraps. Okay. Right, got that. There we go. Yeah, Whoa, I need this game to stop spawning me from the upper floor. To do a lot of work to control loop. Right, boom. I didn't get my money's worth. This one, yeah. And punch it, Chewie. Nice. Actually, I need a slightly better SUV than this. Oh. Completely forgot about this thing. He could have did it correctly. PB. I'm probably gonna try and do a different one for now. Okay, because that is gonna take a little bit too long. Volcano ramp. 500 meters in a supercar. Okay, right. Let's try that one. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Oh wait, I went to the wrong one. There we go, so yeah, 158. I feel like I need something with slightly more acceleration. I'm sure 21.5 is good acceleration. What about 22.5? Actually, again. Finally. Right now, I'm actually going to do the other one at the same time. Basically, it entails this world specifically, and it requires... actually no idea. Is that good? Yeah, it's this one by the way. How did I get 311? I have no idea how to do that. Yeah, this. Basically what we need to do is that and yeah, got the boy, the big boy, the biggest bird. It's a 700 miles an hour, so you know it's gonna be falling off. It's so big it needs a wash. Never mind, I'm gonna blow this thing up. There we go. Sorted. Okay, because for the upgrades, I need 5500 and 5700. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm actually gonna try that now. That's actually gonna take a little coining. So instead what I'm gonna do yes, Good Game 2042. Let's go. Let's get this bird. Starting. Let's go look at the amount of players on each team. Side. Let's get this bird. This is one of the videos are not made for kids. Keep getting boys. Yeah, we can do that. Alright. What do I need? Hunting time. Let me try it. I don't see anyone else. Out of the day. Secret area. Yeah, we just do this one instead. No idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna but it's just cheating. I got a tweak. What is that? If we're going to retreat to here, that would probably have to retreat slightly further than that. Straight cool. Wish I'd go way. How? Just how? Just how? Yeah, I'm on like a one player death policy per server in that game. So cause there's always gonna be like a death that the game gives you in that game because you have to like load your suit and your weapons and all that. So I won't count that, but I never count that. But player kills me and I count that. So it still doesn't make any sense to you guys. And it was just stupid. Like I was in that blunt, like in the blunt that Louis just did in this Minesweeper game. And Yeah, this game is a lot of reasons why I get mines or click on mines in this game is because of 50/50s, because that's what most Minesweeper likes to do. It's basically an all-you-can-eat buffet, but yeah, actual other things is due to like stupid mistakes and stuff like that. Guess this is like a new popular game, so yeah. Everyone's gonna serve it every single time. Like, let's watch some. Oh, the thumbnail's custom pepper. Okay. Yeah, let's watch some Twitch. Because the games are too irritating right now. Anything amazing?
Oh! I don't know how long we've been playing this game for, but we can finally hire an employee and a warehouse worker. Let's go!
Why is it not even racing? Why is it racing if it's not racing?
9 episodes of this series, and we have finally reached it. Finally reached
Nothing really
it.
here.
Okay, so
Waiting. And let's see Roblox.
One. Everybody right now in the Twitch.
I always forget Roblox is basically just Brawl Garden on Twitch.
There we go, finally. I can move my mouse.
Wow, we need like other stuff. Roblox. Minecraft.
Ludicrous speed.
Hey, he's still going.
Luda.
Still going. Hey.
Ramping.
Okay.
You just got to give it time to ramp up.
I don't really care too much about that. No, this guy's like a champ. But
I am him. Secret power. What else does it have?
okay, Twitch is dead as hell. How much say that? I guess because Discord doesn't truncate everyone's games. Yeah, I guess these guys actually, yeah. I mean, obviously it's online alias, but still. Yeah, 2,600 hours. 2,600 hours. It's ridiculous. And yeah, we'll do the beginner's guide. Okay, this game is a journey. No. Let's make it bored of us. Okay, there we go. Actually, I haven't got any chapters saved. Let's begin. It is. Yep. Okay.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing.
Oh, got subtitles. Where's the subtitles? Oh yeah. Yep, full captions.
Playing the Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells...
Why is there still no subtitles? It's a song.
It's a pretty absurd story. Today, I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2000.
No, I need to try and sort this.
2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever
Whoa, that's a high sensitivity. That's
made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
That was perfectly timed as well. What the hell? Oh, it's Whisper. Right, done.
Warning. Whisper machine active. Shift destruction imminent.
Well, this used to give me PTSD a few years ago.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Security code breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
Oh, it goes out.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutral.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Right, here's the calling card. This is the actual calling card. So 3 dots. Got 1, 2, 3. It's going to appear a lot in a few games. Hey, do I remember the solution? I think I do.
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, it's right here as well.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Yeah, sure, I don't.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Right, let's see what actually happens.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Oh, is this one? I remember that. So for this level, the W, A, and D keys are disabled. Passes by. So this is only moving backwards.
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Keeping our physical. Okay.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
There's a secret room somewhere. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find one. This way. This is the same brick wall that was there earlier. Door. This door. Okay, here's a close look. And boom. Gone.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Of course it would. Right, yep, so this one we have 3 keys are back together. Yeah, insane.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
What's the next one? I haven't played this game in ages.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Oh, wait, this one. Oh, is this one?
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Right, okay. I remember something specific about this map. This has to do with the corners of the map. Nothing in this one. There's, I think, 1 or 2 different corners of this map are a little bit different, let's say. All hard.
I know it's tempting, but there's actually nothing over here. Sorry.
That's one of them. The hidden voice line. Most of the people that play this game just ignore that line. right on my first. No. This one I think is a little creepy because I think this one is this one here. But there's another one, and this one I think has like a little girl laughing or something like that. But it's weird because what is this? Yeah. It's not a little girl crying, but it sounds like basically ghosts. Like when they go, woo, it's like that. Yeah, that's it. That's everything going on for this map. Yeah, so it's still kind of weird because again, you're the only one here other than Alan. And I forgot this about the stairs.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
I could just be valiant and just not press the enter button. It's like a couple dozen steps. How hard should it be? It's gonna be like 10-20 minutes, so yeah. If anyone's watching it, feel free to leave at this point, by the way. Like, this is just like a waiting simulator at this point. And I have no idea what point in doing this is. Probably isn't one, but yeah. Is it just me or does it feel like we're going slightly faster now? It's called being adamant to the grind. I've still not pressed the enter bar, by the way. Yeah, I am adamant and determined to go up these stairs at a snail's pace. Probably slightly faster than that. Can't see the top of the buildings. Basically, after I beat the game, probably on stream, but maybe not. I will briefly just. Well, if it is on stream, I'll show you guys like all secret rooms. That secret room I was saying in the only backwards level. So, something I'm noticing is that every single stair is in like a 1-3-1-3 pattern. Like piano keys, and when you got the other black ones, and you go like 2-3-2-3. You know. Let's go, buddy. because you don't actually have to press enter. Yep, all that grind. I'm sure this was quicker than I thought it was gonna be.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
What happens if you would have pressed
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
I'll get the console up ready. I'm gonna click the menu. I'll quit the game and then I'll reboot it. Okay, so in order to get the console, okay, there's console. Hey, where were we? Oh yeah, that's where we were. Ready, set, fish. Yeah. Normal speed. I go back. Obviously, yeah, the cooling card isn't going to be for most of the games, all of them. It's going to be for a fair few. I think this is one of them actually. What's that? That was a funny little reference to Stanley Parable.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
I think that. And this. And then this.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot. So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room. How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game...
Actually, not. Actually, I do.
A dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
And yes, I was just seriously climbing stairs after the last one.
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Actually not. The Green 100%. This is the jail game. Oh, it's not a jail game. Okay. What we're gonna do now on stream is you guys have a record. Okay. We'll boot up the backwards game. Okay. No clip.
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Yeah, I have no idea what book symbolizes, but future wasn't over here either. That's a funny little Easter egg. That's a funny one. Is that I can no clip. It's as if the devs knew. There's really like nothing anywhere else on that. That's the Easter egg. That's the Easter egg. Let's go down for a great and lovely descent.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these
I don't think anything here, but I'm just gonna say
games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
So the street was full. What kind of name is that for a pub? This one you don't need to do any of it. You just pull straight down without a care in the world. There's no full damage. Especially I think maybe like
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, we can do that.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games. that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
That's tough. That's tough. Calling card. It's back again. Three dots. Here again. I remember I was gonna.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
I didn't know.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly. Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Solve puzzle 2 doors and switches. Yes.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level. It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you
I want to show us go as well. Go from cash.
can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
I need your games so I can break them myself. I have no clip now. This game is connected to the internet. We're going to need notes. Let's go.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. and I cooled off eventually.
I can't read him. And back with the game.
Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
I don't care.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Yes, you can.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Yes. Yes, you are, Ken. Look. Yes. Ooh, I can't tumble down this thing. It's something. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, probably. Last one. Can't really find it yet. Yeah, you have to away. Fine. Used to believe what? Average stable life for a 5-year-old in America in the 1990s. Okay, well, gold. Yep, you look. Yeah, Japan country order. Okay, go back. So go. Yep, I'll not listen to that. Teacher, and that was like the doorway you saw. Any game includes door. Can go to open door. Thanks. No problem. Oh man, do help. Well, this wanted to be open sesame. Like you, I know you guys didn't see it, but like I really did the, you know, the Henry Stickman, like in Infantry airship, when he's trying to get to the vault, and he's in the room with prison cells. If you do the wizard option, he goes like, ugh, and just pushes. That's what I did. That. People could be good feeling like it. He didn't even spell internal like that. 3, 2, 1, 2. It is. James, keep it going, don't you? Yeah. I'd like very much to be desired. Oh, you got it. No, it's not. Know anything? Don't want to apologize. Introduce some new weathers. Congratulations! I don't know where to go with. Nor do I. You can go in here, I think. Don't bother. And we leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. Right, okay, I wanna go over here. This is intrigue. Over there. Just like a termite. So I go, okay. Boat, okay. Boat's waiting for him. Yeah, he didn't, buddy. Up to max info this week. Hey, last week you're happen. Okay, no. It's not worth it. Please, buddy, please. It's not worth it. Cabbage shapes on Asian. It's not cabbage, it's cheese. What is that painting? It's a painting. It's not matter if you ever get over it. It really does. Don't talk about it that way. Make a game. Indeed it is. I think this is not going anywhere. What English is this? Next time I'll do better. Okay. I need someone to talk to. You still me. This is no? Yes. Actually, let's go and no. It's cabbage. So evidence. I don't care. I'm going to listen to the other notes anyway. I'm not safe. Mate, you have to be safe. There's multiple hotlines up there to help you get safe. Don't worry about it. And yo-yo, not fall off. Ethical. What is that? That looks like a motorway. Stop faking. Faking what? Painting. What does it mean? Right, so here we have a classic Picasso from 1891, and this symbolizes the need to allow for more diversity in workplaces. That's what I mean. The animator says issues. Technically, I mean, like, you had issues. Hold on, you people. Thanks. Really appreciate it. I'm pretty working down there, and we won't come back. You won't gonna come back. Whatever you. I am a cheese. Awesome. Yes. Yes, how's it going? Just having. Hey. Oh, what's this big? Yeah, there is some art like that, so. Yeah. No. I think that is not a dot. I think that is a spherical object. Cabbage shapes again. Wait. With cheese nation is good to clear one with cabbage nation. I was like, that is so weird. Doesn't mean anything. Good. Actually, that's not true. It means diversity. Something like people. No. The game is pretentious and. What else up? No, we do not. I was gonna say my Twitch chat, but I'm not streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on YouTube. My YouTube viewers don't suck at all. You know what I'm about. Devil Tower Star. Where? keep dreaming, like themselves up. Yes. So, it's horrible creature you could imagine. Oh, hang on. Whoa, hang on. I was actually about to say that before we yeah, true. It could be. Double secret. Here they go. Did. 3 dots. What do we mean? Good game. Wait a minute. You ding on.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Big rock. It is new. Oh, spiraling on. Yes. No, keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
White. Yeah. Whoa. I know, it comes.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
It's only about 150 levels. Yep.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kinda just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Hey, do that, skip the joke. Well, here I come. Yeah. I'm in for well. I can imagine missing hang with something. Not hang with something, Tiny Fireball. Now, who needs a large blaring countdown timer when you have this music?
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's going to start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2. There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction. And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on. But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
What is this? I actually have a picture in here. I have a lot of these. See, where was it? Was it up here? It was up here. I used to do, no, it was cinematic photography for this game. Yeah, including like the check marks. Not all of them, but some of them. I also made sure to get this bit as well. So we'll come to that later. But oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's all stage directly after, I think. And yeah, here's I think where we were just at. Yeah. And here is where we're at now. I know it doesn't seem like a lot from this picture, but how about I get this one to change your mind? Yeah. Or this one. instead. That. Okay. These look like snipers, but they're not. It's just the roof of the houses. Shit, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this, so it's like it's got away. It's so like it's like sort of fading. I think someone should go run out from darkness. Sounds like one in the show.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself. I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yep. Nice game.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Oh, is this fun? Is this fun? In the folder, I have like a screenshot of every single picture in this game. I have a lot of pictures for a lot of things. Is it? Yeah, this one of the outside of the house, which is where we're at now. This one of the inside of the house. That's a Hoi 4. That's absolutely atrocious. Because that was when I was playing with NATO icons for some reason. And that is off the back of the house. Something I want to see, yeah, is this here. That might be my shadow or what? Let me see here. Yeah, AI, I know. I don't care. That is AI. Ow. Oh, I didn't even do this. I've never played this amount of like screen brightness before. That's not actually in this game anyway. Oh, dude. It's a box. It's a box. Nothing's input. And Portal 2, I think there's like a speed on chat. And you can like go into like a box and it acts as a sort of instant teleportation thing. Coda do is legit.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between. You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result. After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful. I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face. I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace. But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Actually, that's like a bit. Yeah. There we go. Right, yeah, because I'm basically just doing that.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it. This one gets a bit goofy.
No, it's back, by the way. Yeah, that was one page one.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts. And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now. I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Well, this one is slightly different. Right, let's have a look around backstage. Yeah, it's yeah. Keep losing in mind, by the way. This is all gonna change. Yeah, right. Okay, that little fake thing. I suppose let's enter through this way. Oh boy. Yeah, you can still see backstage there, by the way. I don't think so. Yes, I can. You can't make me. How am I supposed to? I am not you. Cái gì vậy mà anh hiệp đi. You see it now, don't you? So that's backstage. Let me go clip it, damn it. See now, stage has changed. Well, the door's still open as well. I'm out of here, bozo. Painting. It's a good painting. Actually, I do wish to be able to action. Right, so here we have the lamppost, and you might be thinking, what's happening here? That's what could happen here. It's actually...
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution, social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games.
No clip. Huh. Never noticed that before. No, I'm live right now, Mum.
Obviously, just be careful of what you're doing.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I know.
Hard drive.
Yeah.
Be careful.
I know.
Make sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if it goes wrong, it's going to be a whole week of difficulty getting back. Okay?
Yeah. Hey Davey, it's working. Ask me to play back with dialogue file. That got it from Cash.
Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Lobbies. Asking first goes. Wait. I'm legitimately gonna try this one blind. I should get open my eye.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way. Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
I see. You can see nothing. Now, something. Nothing. Something. And behind is gone. Something.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on. You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
That's gonna come in later in this chapter.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me. I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. It never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Yeah, it's 2011. Right, so that's a new sort of time frame. Over machine. So I'm going to go clipping this one as well. So I feel like there's something here. Mine, there's nothing here.
And of course, it's the machine.
No, it's not doing well. Okay. Where's the light coming from? This is how you be brutal. And it's for gun. This time we don't have any set ammo cap.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
I have no core services. So what's what?
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
A lamppost. It's funny how the wire is going through the wall.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like Like, I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Hi chat, so by the way, screenshots. And here it is. This is what's like. You guys can like pause the video. So read it. So I'm gonna take the time to show you what it is. Hey chat, so that's basically what it is. What it says on it tells.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
Which we're not going to. Actually, we have to do it. Slight epilepsy warning and jump scare warning.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Hey, textures back.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Go screenshot English. thing. There's a bridge down there, also it's cold.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first two challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
Probably.
I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
Oh my god,
I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
This game is though just climbing simulator.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
So here's where we went.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
That is such a polished floor. Suppose I'm slipping on it.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
You mean Coda's never will. He was made up simply for the sake of his game.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Yeah.
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean? I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself. That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Well, that's it for the main sort of story of this game. This is just the epilogue. There's like nothing here. Oh, there's nothing after the epilogue either, so. Yeah. Here's all the chapters. Hi. Yeah. I say it's a kind of heavy game against God. Yeah, there's like nothing really to do. Right. I think that is where I'm probably going to leave it. Yeah.